So my hand is slowly healing. It's almost fully healed in a grander sense. Sometimes I feel like I enjoyed the oddity of having to deal with a handicap kind of feeling, I guess, and just the awareness that I physically am not able to do certain tasks that normally I would just say, oh, I'm just tired and I don't want to do them right now, but it's like, I physically can't do them. And I think that really adds to the weirdness of pain and how the lack of ability really allows for other things to flow, like understanding and respecting time and, the patience that you gain from limitations. I'm currently going through a lot of pain. At this moment, I actually have a timer to track how long I endure this pain or I go through this stage of pain. I think it's like something that I'm really starting to do more of. Well, I started today, but I think that it'll be something that I start doing more of, because to track my pain is to understand how much time I give to other people who I believe hurt me, And I think being aware of that is very important as to how I grow and how I let go of all these emotions that aren't really true, aren't really true. Tomorrow is a big event that I'm hosting, and I think it is always a joy it's a monthly event that we do, and I think it's always been a joy to do that. And this week I was able to outwardly explain my feelings about communication within our team, and it felt very nice. It felt very nice to do that. I think that being a person who, I don't know, just being someone who can express, their wants and needs is never going to be easy. I, for one, never really had that outlet to express my wants and needs. Because I know most of the time it wasn't necessarily met. And even if it was possibly met in some way, there's always a weird feeling after, almost like the atmosphere just changes entirely. And I feel like this one was well done. It wasn't very long or long-winded, and I don't really believe in this idea that I'm trying not to believe in this idea that it needed to end well. It's more of I'm glad that I was able to outwardly express how I was feeling. I started late mostly because I was contemplating this idea of the reason I say I started late is because it's almost sundown. But I started late because I was contemplating this idea of um, is what I do on my rest day really considered resting, or is it just considered this a moment of just, I don't know, like a spiritual struggle is just always happening, and I just minus the large workload that I have on a daily basis. I think that as long as my mind is more focused within rather than outwardly, and I'm showing gratitude and grace and being humble and being giving, I think that that is considered rest in my eyes. I think that's a good view of rest for me. Most people would view rest as like the Christian basis of rest, which is definitely my background, but I've been trying to get out of more. Well, I still think that like there are some parts of Christianity that uphold to this idea that I believe in, but it's clear that like it's not to an extent that it's just clear that like it's this idea of, oh, on this day we rest, the rest just forget about that, do whatever the heck you want, do whatever the fuck you want. No one gives a damn. Which definitely seems like the case with like a lot of Christianity and stuff like that. But I feel like the idea of resting, like it's this idea of like contradictions to who you are and like what you do, without really acknowledging that there's contradictions, personally, I do sense contradictions in the things that I do, but I think what makes a rest day for me is just like I said, grace, gratitude, giving, being more within rather than outward. Taking the time to be still and just experience the feelings that I'm feeling. I started talking to an old friend from high school again, and it's been feeling really nice. I think that like the hard thing to swallow is like we aren't as close, or we never really were as close as back then or ever could be, because I mean even back then we were kind of like just friends in math class, and that idea of just high school friends. But I think that like it was very weird because I messaged her a while back, and it was definitely a time where I felt very alone and just afraid of a lot of things, and I needed to feel, like something, like I needed to feel like I was loved or valued and stuff like that. And after a while, she finally responded, and now we're just casually talking today, and I don't know, it feels good. It feels very nice. She hit me with the reality that she has a boyfriend. Not that that should be my priority, but I'm not gonna lie that I did like her. And I think that reaching out to someone for the reason of just you hope one day that you will end up being with them is not always the best, because only one thing. I think that, like, if you're upfront about it, like, yeah, I my only intention is to be with you or to have sex with you or something like that. Like that, some dude running in a weird way, or a girl. Like, to me, that is, being honest and upfront about like what exactly you want. But like, the minute that's not given to you and you haven't made it clear to that person that that's what you wanted, it's like, it's just very, I don't know, almost like pathetic. Because like after that you're just really my little mustache. Because after that you're just really like, oh my god, the sky is pink. It's very beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see that. You cannot see it. Whatever. After that, it's just the conversations get dull, and it's like your expectation is just completely ruined if you were expecting to, get something out of it, But I think that the idea of like connecting back with an old friend is mostly what I enjoy, and like I enjoy talking to people, and I enjoy like, just making connections that will last, and I just hope that in the future that's what it is, a connection that lasts. A bit of vulnerability right there. If you're watching this, person that I reached out to, hi. I highly doubt you'll ever watch this, unless I get famous. Anyways, thank you for joining me on my practice once again. I think that these days are getting a lot more shove in the face or kick in the face than I expected. It's beautiful moments like talking to old friends or new people that really make it easy to keep going sometimes. It's the beauty of life. Anyways, thank you for watching.